Thanks for joining us. We're going to messages and to the Q&A. Sorry, essence. Yeah. Greetings to you, Archangel Michael. Blessings. Yes, there is a separation of realities of, yes, the spiritual reality, the true reality that's here, like the fundamentals of how the earth and reality is put together. Some might see it in machine form or spiritual form. This is how you decipher how reality is spliced together. And it's all right, because it's all different perspectives of how reality is put together. And it's for the planet's learning, but of course it's for the souls that are here to learn with it. So you bring your knowledge here to elevate, evolve the earth or the planet, or to devolve. It's back and forth, the back and forth reality, but usually it does evolve over time. It has enough descension energy where it has enough of that, and it just wants to continue to go forward. So even the planet itself has a dark night of the soul. Obviously, probably see that already. Of course, it goes much deeper than that, but it does have a desert period too, where it doesn't know where it's going. And that's a little bit, that's what some people feel that in their own lives too, because you're experiencing with the planet itself, like, where do I go from here? So there are also, of course, spiritual groups that are kind of cult-like, that are for those people here that need someone to tell them what to do. They're not ready to, with their own knowledge yet. They're not ready to make their own decisions, not fully. So they need someone to guide them until they're ready to acknowledge their own existence, because many don't. So being independent with all the spiritual knowledge can be, yes, lonely, because it's hard for others to relate to it, as you know. But this shows you are reconnecting to the spirit realm, the universe itself, bringing that knowledge here. Beings. I am the planet Neptune, energy sphere, reality. Yes, we are watchers of your world. Of course, you give it knowledge at a time. We are the planets around your Earth, is like, we are like relatives. We don't always get along with each other, always with your planet at least, as it's still the youngster. It is still trying new things, you can say, or going against what other universes will do. It is learning from other universes also. So that's another reason why it is the way it is. It found new ways of existence where other planets were rejected, and it affected the universe greatly. Where alien beings were affected by it, so some became darker. It goes on and on with that. It's like you have a kid to find a new style. You know, they have a Gothic period or a whatever period they're going through. So this world goes through that. Well, you can see that through your Middle Ages, your Renaissance. A lot of these phases come from other universes, not necessarily here. So it wants to experience that. So you're just getting another fundamental way of looking at your Earth, a more broader viewpoint. Oh, for our planet consciousness, what I am here for, or consciousness itself. Yes, to keep the growth going for, just to bring out maturity of this earth, or out its talent, really, to bring out its deep talents it has. It actually holds in a lot of talents, actually. It doesn't show its full potential. It has a great deal, but there's much more here. And the humans here are doing what they can to survive. That's why I have so much DNA from other alien beings. This is to survive this planetary existence here. Greetings. Greetings to you. This is the consciousness of Saturn, the planet Saturn. So your planet, and it's so why it makes its decisions is adolescent, you can say. In a world of like Saturn's vibration, is to make sure it fulfills it and learns its lessons. If you're going to make those decisions, you got to fulfill it. You have to go through it. You can't just let it go and do something else. You have to go deep into the consciousness of the choices made here, and the human collective decides with it also. So now it is interesting, it's recording itself more. Notice in the past Earth, it was recorded, writing things down, histories, but now you're videotaping things, videoing things. So you're keeping more of an eye on the planet itself. And so you're noticing things more, but also you're noticing the Earth. So that there's more of an eye on the planet and how Mother Earth does her thing. Now, does she like that or not? That's another story. But that's what's happening. So you're getting more of an eye of how the world works. And maybe you're going more of a spiritual direction as many go into a physical direction. You're seeing more and more will evolve, come out of all this. Yes, it is a storm here. Well, that's what you signed up for. A storm in the universe, you can say. Here to answer your questions also. Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Greetings, Steve. It's a pleasant surprise coming in.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for being here. Up first this evening, we have Logan.
Greetings.
Yes.
First question tonight is, I would like to know if there are any messages from any of the Lyrans that I'm connected to.
A moment. I mean, there's some adolescence with them that you're still learning some of their mistakes. You come here to improve on some of their decision making they made here in ancient times. Basically, you're like a modern Lyran, basically, learning the modern human energies through your collective. Everyone has their own little collective, your little group, friends, and it does eventually connect to the main collective over time. So basically, you're just bringing what's the modern Earth, and you bring it to your alien group. Some of it's going to the Greys too. We'll also be brought closer connection with the Greys and the felines, as they've been kind of back and forth with each other. So, thanks.
Very interesting. Thank you. And my second question is, are there any other messages from any of my guides?
Well, I see you actually do connect to the angel Lucifer for knowledge in your astral plane to understand more of how this world operates. Much of your soul is connected to the Middle Ages. I do see Renaissance period, but most of the Middle Ages. So that's all they have for that. Blessings.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Silverclaw.
Hello there, Neptune.
Saturn.
Oh, Saturn. Okay, fantastic. All right, thank you. So my first question, when am I supposed to start work? I was told I would start in the second week of April, like on a Friday, and I'm wondering if it was this week or the next. Because my manager isn't very responsive.
I don't think they know right now. It might be the middle of the month. It's not being clear. They're not doing too well financially, so they're maybe mid next week. It feels like possibly. It's not clear.
Okay, so basically not this Friday.
Just talk to them. That's all we can say.
Yeah, I'll keep messaging. Okay. So my next question, I applied for 2 scholarships recently, and I wanted to know if I will be accepted by them.
Well, there's no way for us to know because we don't work in their minds. So
Hmm.
you have to go by your feeling of it and see how much you want it too. Some people apply for certain things and they don't really want it. So, it's up to you. I feel like it's good to continue to apply for other things also, other scholarships, but it's up to you, of course.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the advice. All right. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Daria.
Hey there, Saturn.
Greetings.
Greetings. Blessing. So, can I just have a Saturn message? Would be so cool.
Very connected to the energy of gold here. Gold plates, gold knowledge also is connected to Anunnaki condos to call in the kitty, or the Anunnaki kitty is here to draw them here. Of course, you do pranks or energies with the planet all the time. You do work with the lava or the Earth's core crust, the lava energies. Like, it's like when a volcano blows, like, get the hell out of here. Your time here is over. Get the hell out. So you do a lot of that, at least in their past, especially in Hawaii, because they get really complacent there. Places where people are just getting stalled and boring. It's like, come on, guys. So obviously, got to be careful with that. But
Cool.
so you do interfere here every now and then.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel
it's
like
allowed. Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing a lot here, but I'm getting the feedback also, like from the Gaia. She's like, okay, so you want to play? You want to do me? Like, yeah.
Well, yeah. Think of like, so many of you are, like relatives here. You're incarnated here, but you're like relatives. Sometimes unwanted relatives, but necessary. So look at it that way.
Cool. So, any messages from maybe you can like say something what their downloads that I'm receiving are necessary for?
Well, it is confession time for Mother Earth, it seems. A part of it. There's more, of course, but it's also to reveal your connection to this planet, as has been a mystery for some time. So it shows that the old timelines are fading away. Obviously, it's not happening as fast as I would like it to. But you're basically bringing in a new era of energy here. She's allowing it. She's been reelected, as you can see.
Yeah.
So just basically a new form of looking at spirituality, you can say. We got that way.
Yeah, quantum spirituality or what?
You can say that.
Yeah.
No, you're just
Okay.
bringing the energy here. Others will download from your connections too. It's like you open up a hole that's been buried for some time.
Yeah, I felt that. Yeah, that's cool.
Many get complacent here in their spiritual growth. Well, they connect to nature and high vibrations, but they're kind of like a tree. They kind of like that's the only thing they do. They don't really go anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
here to
So,
shake
well,
things up.
cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
Blessings.
Okay, very cool. Up next, we have Dragon. Dragon, you there?
Yeah,
There you go.
sorry, I was clicking buttons and not. I'm here. Sorry about that.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. So I guess my first question is, do you have any messages for me?
I see you working a lot with numbers. Could be in the physical, but definitely in the astral plane. For new timelines to be built, there is an Anunnaki connection that you're healing with the Earth, because Anunnaki play a big role in modern society. So you're bringing in new energy on different levels. There's you also work with the Neptune energy quite often for your own healing. So it's like astral, you go to Neptune's vibration. I see.
Cool, thanks. I have a question. I guess it's related to the conversation we were having amongst us, the people that are on this conversation. It's about when the children start coming in and just remembering their past lives, and basically at the point they can talk. I see that coming. At the point they can talk, they just know everything pretty much. They don't have to be taught much. Really just like most worlds that I've been to, most of the education will be just how to cope in that particular reality, not really to teach them things, or just refresh the memory, if anything. And I was wondering, you know what I'm talking about. And I was wondering what kind of worst case and best case scenarios do you see for how soon that's coming? Like a few generations, worst case, or what?
Well, you see a peak in 5 years. I mean, some are hesitant to bring in the energy, even the Earth itself. It's like, I'm not ready for that yet. Because the planet's going to go through a lot of stress, as people will go through stress too, because their ideas are shifted. So we just feel 5 years. If the kids are here or not doing this is not being cleared. I bet it's being protected at this time. But worst case scenario is just giving people a data dump they can't handle. Even the people, that's the thing, those that are bringing this information are going to go crazy themselves. And some will try not to. Many are already dealing with it as it is. And with another thing of your insane asylums, those that are like locked up for life because they can't function here, they bring in new energies here. Now, some might be bringing negative, but negative and positive. Anyway, they're bringing in new. It's like bushes of energy they bring in to shift the Earth's consciousness. It's just that they're here, and they're usually concealed into a room. They can't function in society, but they are shifting the vibration. So it's already here in that form.
In terms of stress, are you talking about like just breaking systems, like saying, well, I know Santa Claus doesn't exist, and I remember when you guys made me and stuff like that. Like I was watching the whole thing, and is it like stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, that's
people out.
Yeah, that's gonna shake people up. Yeah, when a child, like a young child, remembers the birthday, he remembers connected to their parents before they incarnated, things like that. That's gonna trickle throughout the ages. It's been happening before, but numbers are going to increase definitely. They're just they can handle this reality. That's the thing.
It's just weird because that's like how pretty much every other world is.
Yeah, all the other worlds, that's normal. Here, it's like, you must be insane or something. But that's going to be the new normal, little by little. It's like people connected to angels and aliens now. It's just going to be slow because this world is just so hardcore in its idea system. It's going to trickle through, what I see. But it'll get stronger over time, definitely. People will take it more seriously.
Well, thank you. Much love.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Tristan.
Greetings, lovely Saturn.
Greetings to you.
This week I had such weird dreams and visions, and just like so much information, and just sitting. I'd be kind of half asleep, half awake, and going, what do I do with this? I don't understand any of this. I can't. I can't. It makes no sense, and yet it keeps on coming, and all I can do is sit back and go, well, I hope that just by sitting back and letting it go through my mind, I hope that's enough. What is that? And was that a good thing to just kind of go, okay, just relax and let it go through? Or
No, yeah.
yeah,
Well, it feels like it connected to an astral energy. Some of it is a rogue energy that's being released from the earth. Old idea systems are slowly dying out. So even an entity can be an idea, and that idea can be going to work every day and being programmed, and, pulling in all the programming. So I believe that was something that you were releasing, not necessarily as attached to you, but it was an energy that it's been nagging you for some time, it feels like.
okay.
Trying to program you is what it feels like. It wasn't getting anywhere.
Oh, that's cute. Well, it sure was weird.
Yeah, it's I would say expect more like that here and there, not constantly, but the Earth is going through a purge.
Right. So that's infecting us all. Okay.
In some ways, or others are they just buy more things and stay in the program, and while others of you are just want to feel free and feel more blissful, and you're like, what's going on here? So
yeah.
Not raining, but it feels like there's a rain cloud over me.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, time to make good decisions, but yeah. Second question would be just general, what's going on in astral for me, and what am I up to, and
Well, it has to do mostly about your human self, and other people are interested in their astral self. It's about your human self, how you are not going by the program here. You're resisting it greatly, and you're deprogramming it. And of course, the Earth is feeling that shake of just, the less programming you pull in, but I believe you've rejected quite a bit of it, majority of it. And the Earth truly feels it, and it's like, where does it go? And then other people can become more materialistic, and until they find their way out of, they go into the pop culture even more until they're ready to come out of it. Because you reject it, but someone else accepts it until humanity rejects it altogether. So we feel like you're connecting more with the fairies. 12th dimensional energies also you tap into. Basically a more simpler world. And you bring that energy through to here. So of course your 12th dimensional selves looking at this place is like, you couldn't believe the dream I had. I guess it's real somewhere. Called a nightmare. It's called Earth. Earth dream. What's wrong with me? I need help.
God, my daily life. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I had one of those Earth dreams. Remember? Be careful of that. Yeah. Don't bring that energy here. But it just means that you need to be here. I mean, you're called here, I feel. That's why you're on this planet. Well, you agreed upon it, too, of course.
Sometimes think I went kicking and screaming, but yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of resistance. That's common for those of you similar to you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, I have Braden's questions he asked me to read. His first question, he says, hello, do you have any messages for me, Saturn?
Yes, I see a lot of, reject. Well, I'll just use the words your guides are giving me. Rejection, the matrix reality. But you are bringing in more positive timelines to yourself because you do need a break. But there's a lot of productivity throughout this year from what I can see. I do see you connecting more to the stars. You might not, well, you might go outside or feel the star energies possibly, because I feel like other planets are going to start talking to you. If it's necessary, you might feel an actual planet talking to you, possibly. If not this year, sometime. I don't know. You have a lot of things you need to accomplish here. It's like you don't have time for all that, but there's a possibility of that'll happen. It's not saying which one, but you'll know.
Thank you. His second question: are there any messages from the tall whites for me? Thank you and blessings.
I don't know. Something about, I don't know if you're materialistic here. They don't agree on materialism here. I don't think you're that materialistic, but their energy is here to assist with people in their materialism to simplify their lives so they can figure themselves out. As you know, the materialism brings a web around the mind and controls it. So the tall whites see you working with crystal energies, or just having one, or just, you know, having a certain one that works with you. It's up to you, but I just see you connecting more crystal energies in time. Because you'll be healing others. You're doing that now, but you're focusing more on what you need to do. But over time, you'll feel that you're the consciousness of others. And you probably even dream about others that you're assisting to when the time comes.
Hey, blessings. Very cool. Up next, we got Christy.
Greetings, Saturn.
Greetings to you.
So I wanted to know, because I prefer like the stones in the black color, and then also like crystals and also magnets. So I wondered what that connection is between here and Saturn, my connection.
Well, I'm not sure if those have a connection to it per se, but it feels like your Saturn, lifetimes. It's funny, you've been a canine on a Saturn. Numerous, I mean, there's different versions of Saturn. You've been a wise canine. You brought that wisdom here. At least that's what your energy is showing. So you brought, you connect. You have people go. I mean, beings go to Saturn, and it's like sometimes you're a being that they weren't expecting. One of them was a canine. That wasn't their only incarnation. You've had others, but they're not showing those. But yeah, you're there to surprise people when they have contact with Saturn from other worlds.
Would I look like a German Shepherd type canine?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always see that when I'm doing my exercises, that I am either riding on one, like I'm small riding on one, or I am one running.
So, yeah, when aliens connect to Saturn, you read their energy, you tell them what they need to work on themselves. And when you're trying to you almost make them cry. And these are like higher dimensional beings. Doesn't matter. It's Saturn. We're just a different make altogether. I think this world has problems.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So, can I tell you the dream that I had the night before last, and then last night too? I was dreaming about like I was observing a whole bunch of ships coming in, like a docking area, and then the people on the ships were getting off, and they had been infected with the black goo, and they were zombies. So that was kind of what I was observing, and I felt a lot of the black goo in the dream. And then last night I was researching it more too, so it's just kind of like something happening with that black goo, some awareness. And the Morgellons, the Morgellons and stuff like that, all connected.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is another reality. You're making sure that doesn't happen here. To people itself. I mean, there is black goo energy here. It is through the artificial intelligence. It's through machinery, from what I can see here.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot to do with mind control on this planet to a certain degree. So yeah, you're just analyzing it, trying to understand it more from what I can see with that life, or with that connection there. But yes, you've been on worlds where that happened too, but I don't think you got infected by it from what I can see.
Mm-mm.
You just found a way, you noticed it before it showed up.
Yeah, I seen them like I was almost like through a glass, like a glass protection or something. Like I could feel it, but I didn't wake up and feel drained by them or anything like that with that energy.
Yeah, so when I see you contacting them before they came to the world and asked them not to come there, of course they did anyway. But
Yeah.
you telepathically connected to them before they showed up.
Because it was in the vaccine that they were all given before, and then they were like sent off to go infect wherever they landed.
Yeah. Well, those people are going through the vaccine here have done it in other lifetimes. So those that have like a negative reaction to it, they've had negative reactions in the past too. So they're just reliving decisions.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got James.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
So that gave me an idea. I want to ask if my meditations are removing like black goo from around me.
I mean, you have been black goo in your past. I feel. It's like a sentient being. So as part of the creation, it was involved with one of the elements of the universe creation, basically. So I feel like you still contact them, but you're not. It's not affecting you heavily. It did bring you to a lot of decision making that you're maybe not too proud of in your past, those past lives. So I feel like you're still contacting. That's why you might feel like they're still around in some form. They're not like attached to you or anything. I don't feel like they're affecting you at this time. Lessons.
I see. Can you tell me more about my past in Saturn? Anything I don't know, or how's it affecting me now?
I do see words go by how you feel of this. There is on Saturn, because we have different realities connected to it. So there's one where they're not making it clear if you had two heads or you're connected to beings that had two heads, but you definitely had a connection with them. Argue with them. I don't believe you had two heads, but you have to go by you feel that. They're not really going that deep into that, but one of the lifetimes this is very like a two-headed society. And I believe you were not a two-headed being, but it was very difficult because they feel like they ruled the neighborhood or ruled society there. So you had to find your way to manage that. Yes, go ahead.
Is it like two physical heads or like just like two brains?
Yeah, two brains. Yeah. Well, some would say they have no brains. Way some of them are acting. But yeah. But if you did, it was on a more peaceful reality if you had two heads there. Well, they're just showing one experience. There could have been various others, but yeah, it was very they're very controlling. I believe you survived it though. Well, you just spoke your truth then, and you weren't the only one that had one head, so let you visualize how that would look. So yeah, that's a strange reality. Think about it. Well, you just wanted your individual rights.
So are the beings there kind of similar to like humans in appearance?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's like humans with two heads. Yeah. So yeah, that one. Yeah, they don't call it Saturn for nothing. Yeah, we have a reputation of being kind of rough. That was one of them. That was one of the rough realities.
Because we do have animals that are like that sometimes.
Yes, correct. Yeah, two-headed animals. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Can't we all get along? Well, some say yes, others say no. It's funny. Those that have one head are usually the nicer ones because the two-headed ones are so aggressive. Not all of them are aggressive, but quite a few of them are. Yeah, it's a racial situation there. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was getting that kind of download where it's like you said racial issues, or they say two heads are better than one. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Up next, I lost my list. We have April.
Greetings. That was really interesting.
Yes. Thanks.
Well, now that I've recently was thinking about if I had what my Saturn connections were. So maybe you could tell me a little bit about anything you see with me.
Well, what energy it comes through is a fairy reality. Some are tall. They're not exactly like they are here. Some of them are very into their looks, but others want to allow their mind to be powerful. It's just, let's see here. There is a reality where there is some human trafficking there because of the beauty of that reality. So yeah, that's not just an Earth problem. But it's basically separating mind and looks, where you can be very intelligent, also attractive at the same time. That's not the only thing that was going on, but that is one element of it. But it's interesting though, it was like a reality of mostly females. There were male energies, it's mostly females. It's just so they can see they get along with each other. So
very interesting.
Yeah, you connect to alien beings it's like, think of like a reality where it's just one gender. So if you want to connect to another gender, it has to be an alien that comes by.
Weird.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound too pleasant to.
And that happens a lot. Gender.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well,
maybe that's okay. That makes sense to something. I just thought of something. All right. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And they're tall fairies too. They don't necessarily have to have the wings, but they're tall fairies. Is what I see there.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right. And for my other question, I guess are there any messages for me maybe pertaining to like where I'm at spiritually right now?
Oh, you have gotten a lot of upgrades recently. It's just knowing what you want. Sometimes you know, sometimes you don't. Mm-hmm. You're just kind of winging it, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like there is a male energy you were connected with. Possibly it's someone that already crossed over. Mm-hmm. That you'll learn more about that person on a spiritual level they have not fully tapped into before. So it feels like there's something there that, like your galactic ancient connection. I don't think that's been totally seen yet. So I think that's something.
Yeah, I have one. I was just thinking how I've only seen some reptilian in Egypt, but I haven't seen anything further and beyond that. So yeah,
I feel like that's your next journey is to open up. It might not be too. It's hard to say how much it'll open up. But, well, what is
how much I can handle? How much I need?
Yeah, how much is necessary here?
Yeah,
I believe you can handle a lot, but
yeah, for sure.
Is there some in like War and Peace? Just give me the short version of it.
Right. Yeah. So. All right. Thank you so much. Very interesting. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I have Hazel's question she asked me to read. First question, she says, "Hello, Saturn. In meditation, I experienced what looked like a doorway on my left-hand side into a Saturn reality. When I got close to entering, I was pushed out and the door closed abruptly. Are you able to help me with what this was about?"
Well, it's just, I believe you can go back to that door now that you understand it. Be part of you weren't ready to see it or wanted to see it. I believe there's a poltergeist energy there, a ghost reality that you're tapping into. Well, one of your Saturn connections is war, so like having war realities where you just, and it's a humanoid reality, just war, and part of it, I don't believe you wanted to remember that from what I can see there. It's like sometimes you open up a door, it's like, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Like, I need to understand it better. So I believe that's one of the reasons it has not closed like that. But I believe if you'll have a more understanding of it, of just, in your own intentions, what am I allowed to see, what I can handle, I believe you'll have a better connection to it. Part of it, I think you slammed the door yourself, from what I can say. I had enough of that place. I can see that part. That's nice.
Great, thank you. Your second question. I am trying to find context for an AI reality that has been coming through for me, in which the left side of my body is enhanced technologically. Is there anything you can tell me to help situate this in terms of time, space, or accuracy?
Well, I see a primitive AI. It's what they show is connected to the quartz watch, like the digital watches you used to have here, or I guess you still have it now, but like in the 80s or something. So you're connected to an ancient technology. That is technically an AI, even if people say it's not. So yeah, it's like it's an old-fashioned artificial intelligence that you're tapping into it, and there's like a divide of more advanced AI and a lesser advanced. I believe you're there to combine the two. So it's just part of you kind of rejected some of it because it's old fashioned now. So if you like the old fashioned side of artificial intelligence, it's connected to a lot of clocks. If you just look at the old fashioned version that's connected to you and just see what comes to mind, it'll be easier to connect overall. That's what I see. Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. I was getting a download there myself. Thank you for that. Up next, we have Michael.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I was told that I have had a couple of lifetimes on Saturn and I'm healing from them. Could you tell me what species or just tell me a little bit about them?
Yes, there has been reptilian lifetimes. Yes, war machines. I think you had a time in your life, actually. World War III, I'm assuming, was there. Realize there's multiple realities in Saturn, but it was I believe it was part of you releasing your rage. So, yeah, you don't have to go back to Saturn anymore unless you want to. But it's just, I believe that lifetime was just releasing a lot of karma with other planets. Of course, you have a lot of connections to insectoids. You understand their race. Insectoids, I mean, they show like hives of humans, like in like a hive. Like you open it up, like you see in an alien movie. Open up, there's a human there. They're like growing humans, things like that. You've been correct. You've been pretty deep in the universe, actually. So you went to Saturn to release a lot of aggravations. You also have a normal life, if you want to call it normal, in Saturn also, where you just have like a businessman, have a normal job, things like that. Just to normalize yourself. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, also my second question is my dad, he's got dementia and I don't even know him. He's like a robot. And I want to know, like really tell me, like, if he's good, bad, why is he like he is? He's just like black and white, if that makes any sense.
Well, yeah, he's catatonic, it feels like. So his energy is just not there so much anymore. I believe the reptilian side of him is there more at this time, taking care of his body as his soul goes through astral. So a reptilian side of himself. So I'm not sure if he's ever, does he connect with you at all, or does he do anything, or does he just sit there?
No, he actually lowers my vibration, and he does stuff that's really stupid, and he don't really, all he does is watch the news, and he doesn't do anything else.
That's a reptilian. That's a reptilian aspect of him is there at this time. So you can say he's showing his true colors. He doesn't care what he says anymore. So you're seeing kind of like the adolescent side of him too. So yeah, he's just, I feel like he's a control freak.
Yes. Yes.
So he's a soul that doesn't want to learn.
I agree 100%.
So yeah, that's why reptilian. That's why the news is there. That's why the news is kind of like a blocking you out, blocking anybody else out, other than his own thoughts. So
yeah, because he doesn't believe in anything. Like afterlife or anything. I mean, he kind of puts a front, but I don't believe he does at all.
Yeah, it feels like he has fights with himself. He's disappointed in himself too, of not believing in himself in the past, not giving himself enough credit, not trying harder on things he wanted to accomplish, missed opportunities. He has a lot of regret. So yeah.
Okay.
Sending
Thank
healing
you.
blessings.
Blessings.
Yeah, that regret is part of the program. I'll get a taste of it. Well, thank you for that. Up next is Marvin.
Greetings, Saturn.
Greetings to you.
From our not really from our first question. I'm just trying to get a brief description of what you guys look like, so I can connect to you before I ask my questions.
Don't we look like human? I mean, yes, we look different, but I'm in a human form like you are. So we have different looks like your planet, but overall we're human at this time.
Same height?
Yeah, it's different heights, but yes. Yeah.
Okay. From our first question, I just opened up one of my sage bundles and I found a stone. I didn't know it was a stone in there, but someone gave it to me when I found the stone and stuff. Let me show you this brief description of how I got my stones. I don't know why, but the stone that I found is this stone right here. And the diagram that I have it, I'm trying to, if you could give me a description on what stone that was that I found in my sage bundle and the description of the stone, I guess I need to work with to connect.
Well, it's a Pleiadian energy. It's healing your chakras at this time. I believe it was a gift from the astral plane. So
that wasn't supposed to be there. That was put there.
Yeah. I mean, I believe an alien entity did it. The Pleiadian energy.
Oh man.
They have a lot of connections to the Zetas, but they have more of a positive side. Okay.
Is there a stone that that's a special connection that I could work with and stuff? If I could raise it up a little bit, that you could probably give me a description of.
What is the stone that you want to work with? I mean, you make that decision. I mean, what stone is talking to you? So,
Is this one right here? If you can see it, it's this crystal flower that I found. That seems to be a special one I want to keep protected and stuff. So
yeah, that seems to be one that's talking to you the most at this time.
Okay.
So just follow your feelings. There's a lot of things you have not yet released yet. You have a lot of feline connections also that have not been discovered yet.
That's the reason why I've seen a lot of them. I've seen about 5 or 6 of them running across the street early this morning when I was on the way to work. So yeah, I thought it was pretty much they was letting me know during the thunderstorm that we was having that they was being known. But I'm gonna be brief for my second question. That meditation that I did when I was at my job before I left, I think it was 2 days ago. I'm not sure. It might have been Sunday, but when I burned sage over my crystals in my car, and I used my hawk feather to wave the sage and stuff, I want to know what presence did I pick up on, and was there a message?
Yeah, it's funny. You can't do Native American energy when you do that. You call on the Native Americans for your own healing. So you have Native American spirit guides too.
Was it that area? I always feel sorry, sad. Was it that area that where I work at, because that was the Oregon Trail, which is less than a mile, and I don't know why I did that and stuff. Did I release something? Did I call upon them during the area? Because I always kind of felt it kind of went bad during that area over in Olathe.
Yeah, it's an area. It's releasing through yourself. You're releasing your own energies, but also you're releasing from the land itself. So yeah, they needed healing there. So
it's okay to
you're
keep
called to that spot.
Okay. So it's okay to do, if I could keep doing that when I feel called to.
Oh yeah. Most likely will be more of Native American energy coming through. Most likely.
Is there a name that I could connect to or a spirit guide of that
No, just
culture?
I feel the Cherokee.
So I need to talk to somebody that's Cherokee because I work with a co-worker that's Cherokee, and he goes through those type of rituals. I need to go through the Native American Cherokee rituals to get cleared of my past stuff.
If you want to, I mean, you just do what you're doing now. That seems to be quite effective as it is. So
Okay. All right. Thank you and blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Catalin.
Yes, hello.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. Just a short one. Do you have some like updates about the current vaccines they want to promote? It's like do they have some mRNA or just they don't have nothing and just is like a.
Well, it's a lot of it's about mind control. It's about controlling the masses, the sheep.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well,
people
in case.
mentality. So.
Well, in case that they want to mandate this,
They're not going to mandate it. They can. They're gonna move on from this eventually. They've done enough darkness as it is.
Okay, that's great news because I see it's getting really crazy.
It's good. Yeah, but they're really hurting their karma by doing what they're doing currently. So they're gonna have to let up eventually.
Excellent. Good. Perfect. The next question is I've been exploring my inner world, and I've seen that actually like a little question there. It's about personal power. So uh, giving the way that I am as a being. um, do do I get my personal power from cleaning my inner inner world, my inner energy?
Yes, there's an amphibian. You have a connection to amphibians in your past. Frog people. You're connected to that. There's a strong connection there. And they're very spiritual too. They're healers. So more like a green, not the toad. The toad's more of the warrior. You're more like a green, friendly frog.
Uh-huh. Well, I like water very much. So
Yeah, you just get there and ribbit and just have a conversation and enjoy life. So
yeah.
playing a lily pad on your back with your legs out. Yeah. So you're connected to your amphibian self or water, but amphibian frog energies. Just explore that a little bit. If you feel okay with that, you might see yourself turn into one possibly. Just a thought.
Yeah. Well, I kind of know what to do. I like frogs. I did a very very stupid thing when I was a kid with a frog, and I remember, and I keep trying to.
Well, you definitely have a connection there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
For you
so
to have that, for that interaction to even happen, it shows you have a connection there. So forgive yourself.
Exactly.
I think it'll survive.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm trying to apologize to this way also.
Well, I believe it was there to trigger your memories. So the way just heal, just connect to them, and that will heal any karmic ties there. It was just there to jog your memory. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, that was a powerful.
Look at it that way. That's all. Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah.
No hard feelings coming from them.
Yeah. Super good, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Steve.
Hello, Saturn.
Greetings.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Well,
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Much love.
yes.
I was wondering if you can connect. I just had a dream not too long ago with Elon Musk, and just wonder if you can help me out on it. Basically, we started out with we were doing some like paperwork, like details. There's a couple other people around. We were on a table, and it's like a whole bunch of paperwork, and we were filling out details about me, and then like others. And we did that for a little bit, and then eventually stopped that. And then we went to this like bleacher, it's like a challenge thing, and there was like sections, and people before me, you had to jump, you were up in like mid height, and you had to jump down a couple sections, and a couple people got to the first and second section down. And so I get up there finally, and it's weird because on one side, he started explaining, like one side had had water running through it, and one side was red, and the other side was blue. And he was telling me some info about the water and the different energies on it. But anyway, so I get up to where I'm supposed to be, and then I jump down, and I end up passing both sections, and end up on the third section on the ground, close to Elon Musk. And I was like, "Is this good?" And he's like, "Well, you're just trying to show off, aren't you?" And I was like, "No, I was just trying to get close to you, because it's Elon Musk." He's like, "Yeah, I just, I'm not tapped on the shoulder." He's like, "Yeah, man, nice to meet you." And then another guy came in, like had info on me, and he said had 3,000 units. And I was like, and he started getting more info on me. I just want more information. Thank you.
Well, Elon, you know him from other lifetimes. I believe there's also a brother connection there too. So there's one, yeah, he taught him a lot in other realities. So this dream is more cryptic. I believe the blue and the red, it has to do with politics here. So it's just basically you're reminiscing your connection with him. I believe it does feel like the two of you did not get along at one time and got disconnected, so it feels like you're healing that connection. If I could pick up from that. Blessings.
Sweet. Thank you. Second question is I'll just go ahead and leave it open. Connect with my Palladian or any energies I wish to come through. Thank you so much.
One moment. I mean, I'm seeing frog energies with you too, but I don't think that's what you're looking for here. You do have a strong connection with the moon. If you're part of the moon when it was not in its current location. Actually, of course, who's going to agree with this or not? The moon was actually in the Pleiades at one time. You can say it's being formed or being assisted in its current form. And you can say it was a planet at one time. So I believe you did live there, but it was like a space station. So yeah, it has a deep history. So we do that. Blessings.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. Blessings.
Hey, very interesting. All right. Thank you again for coming in. Up last this evening is me.
Yes.
My first question, I'd like to know, how is my ego and my higher self working together to help align with my heart center? And do they have any messages about this rebalancing process?
Well, the only thing I see, and this would be helpful, your ego kind of tells your higher self to sometimes hurry up or to get out of the way or to, because either the world's not ready or your ego is also saying that the earth is, the earth is like you and your higher self are not always getting along, it seems, at least from your ego's point of view.
Yeah, it felt for a while like a cold relationship because you kind of just feel left out.
Mm-hmm.
But I made peace with that. But yeah, it's not I guess we're not on talking terms. It's all through feeling.
Well, because I feel like your higher self is kind of checked out. I mean, checked in, but not understanding this reality. Because you've been connected to higher vibrational realities, and it's like being spoiled for a long time. You get used to that realm, and it's like I believe your ego is there to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a negative.
No.
I believe your ego is like, I know how this world works. Now, I believe you had a connection, somebody connected to your ego in the past and just didn't like, because it was protecting you. Also, I feel it's like, you don't need to be connected to my energy. I don't think you understand who I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe I get from that. So I just feel like your ego is a powerful presence that it's teaching your higher self to understand this world. And it is working. I mean, it feels like your higher self shows up as a planet, and you're walking on top of like the sun, like you're walking on the sun, and trying to have a conversation, make things work.
Very cool.
So it's slowly working how it seems. It's understanding. Right. It's just
it's a process, right?
So, so all I can say is send healing to your higher self to say, hey, let's make peace. I think you've already done this, but
it feels kind of opposite how people are saying to heal the ego and let the higher self in, but it seems like it. Yeah, it seems kind of opposite. Yeah, that's how.
I see the higher self is just disconnected. From my point of view, it's just, well, some people, because they're higher vibrational point of view here, they feel like the ego is out of control, and it kind of is. But even people here that are in the spiritual community are kind of out of touch with reality. As you can see. I mean, some of them are in their own fantasy reality, and you can't take them out of it. And that's fine.
Yeah, just let people believe what they want, and that's honoring their free will.
It's like ignorance is bliss, and they're there.
Yeah.
In the front seat.
It's their lesson plan, so just let it be.
Exactly. So that's why I feel yeah, you just combine it. Yeah, it's just gonna become a tug of war between the two of them. It's
Interesting. Well, it should be a interesting development. So I just let that shake out and just kind of work with it.
I would say send healing to your higher self and see what reaction you get from it. Because it almost feels rejected by you.
I feel rejected by my higher self, and my higher self rejects it.
It's funny. It feels it's it's like you're just two different rooms on talking to each other.
Wow. Interesting. All right. Well, thank you for that. For my second question, do you have a message about allowing myself to be vulnerable enough to break old patterns and surrender to love?
Well, yeah, love for yourself. Just love for it's what version of what kind of love are you talking about? For someone else?
It's like more platonic, like friendship. I have no problem with maintaining relationships like that. But allowing myself to get intimate and personal and going to places that are uncomfortable, for me at the moment. Well, you have any messages on that?
That's healing your belief system to kind of, come down from your high horse a little bit. But you have not really connected to your equal either in a relationship status. Or somebody that's willing to work with you to work out, you're willing to heal, but you have not reached the right person to heal with. Like you want a partnership and you can sort this out. That's what you really need from what I can see.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. And I've been trying to open myself to be open to manifest a relationship like that, because there's a lot of healing that needs to be done that was self-inflicted. So it's kind of hard to expect yourself to heal yourself when you weren't the one that put those wounds there, so.
Yeah, so it's just a moment. Yeah, it's just attract somebody that's your equal. You can put that energy out. Someone that will connect.
Reciprocate, right? Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's what we recommend, and that will start, because I feel like you need help with this. So doing it on your own is kind of difficult, and
it's a slow process. Yeah.
Not everything you can do by yourself.
Exactly right. Even Jesus needed a team. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on this road with all these people. Yeah, doing it by yourself probably is not the best idea.
Right. Well, thank you again for coming in. Blessings to you.
Yes, sending you energies from the rings of Saturn. Yes, is all lessons on this course there is, but those of you in the spiritual development are going to see higher upgrades, translucent realities, and third dimensional humans are going to be more hard-headed, but that's fine. So lessons. All right.